The title of this podcast is Be the Person Who Makes Others and Yourself Better. Most recently, I had a close friend share about a struggle that her daughter was having. Her daughter plays on a local volleyball team here in Arizona, and she's the captain of the team. And they've had a pretty tough season. There's been some losing involved, and she's less motivated about being on the team. And so one thing that I told her was, I said, hey, listen, this is a great opportunity for her. The opportunity is that she can be a leader who works with players whose skill level is not quite like hers, and she can help them further develop their skill. And in doing so, there's a benefit to her as well. Not just that the team gets better and hope and they could potentially have better outcomes when it comes to wins and losses. That's secondary and much less important. The benefit to her is she gets to be of service and cultivate leadership skills that travel well, because life is often going to put you on teams and in groups in which people may not have the same skill set as the one that you have that is valued by the organization or the group that you're a part of. And so you can use those skills that you are cultivating right now as captain of the volleyball team to help raise the level of play and performance of all the people that you get to work with in the future. So there's a huge benefit to that. And it also allows you to humble yourself. And the humility part is very important because you will also be in situations in life in which your skill set is not up to the level of others that you're working with. Go to a place like Mayo Clinic and you'll find out that you might be, the top person in terms of what you spent all your time working on and mastering your craft. And then you'll be called to go into a different role or to serve in a different group. And you're not the smartest person in the room anymore. You're not the most gifted. And so in that case, that humility that you learned before will serve you there. It will allow you to ask for help, to be vulnerable, and also be a better teammate. And what's interesting about this advice that I gave my friend to share with her daughter about this awesome opportunity to be on a team that is not doing well, what's interesting about that is that it struck me, about how I can show up. And so I think about these in pro basketball, there are these super teams. There is this athlete who's on a team that they were drafted by, professional team they were drafted by. And then after their initial contract is over, they have other athletes who are the star athletes on their teams. And they find a way to come together to make a super team so that they win more and hopefully get a championship. And while I'm not judging that, I think there's also an opportunity that's lost by not contributing to the team that you're already on, that people could really benefit by you helping them develop their skills. And so here I am thinking about that and thinking like, man, I really admire people that stay on a team that is not killing it in the win and loss column, but however, they stay there and they help their other teammates. So it may be like, hey, my teammate has problems returning the serve or blocking. My teammate has a challenge, at the plate when they swing the bat. They always get struck out, but I am a good hitter. I hit over 300. And if that's the case, then a good captain or a good teammate will spend time working with the other teammate who could use a few more reps and giving them tips and skills. Or you can go and join a super team, but there will be a deficit in your skill set. And fast forward to me in the pickleball court, which I've talked about before, is that I've noticed that there are a lot of players who will only get on the court with people who are really good. They give them a good match that makes the game more competitive. And I think there's a place for that. I can appreciate that. I also think that there's even more valuable place for it, and an even more valuable opportunity. And that opportunity is to equally play with people that are not to your level and find as much fun enjoying doing that as you do when you get the kind of game with people that you think that that's all you should be playing with, because you help them get better, you help them improve, you being of service, and you are developing, cultivating these other skills that often are overlooked because you don't have to use them. You don't have to be aware of how deficient they are. I have a good friend, Danny, who is amazing. She's really amazing. And most recently, they have a member of their company who joined, who's new to the business. And she's, taking it upon herself to be a good captain, to spend time with this person to help them really develop their chops in the real estate business. And that's an amazing thing. Now, she could be like, hey, we want somebody who already knows this, who's very experienced, but she sees the other traits and values that this person brings to the table, already sees those. And she also sees the areas that she can grow in, which are some of Danny's strengths. And so Danny is helping her by being a good captain. And I want to thank all the people in my life that see the areas of my practice that need work, that are great teammates to me. They don't make me feel bad. They don't blame me. They pick me up. They encourage me in a way that makes me feel valued and gives me confidence to continue to make good choices in my practice. So I take situations and I learn how to be better. I learn how to work with them, to work with life. And I'm doing that on the pickleball court, and I'm doing that throughout my life now, thanks to my friends and thanks to this attitude and awareness that I want to be the person who makes others and myself better.